Welcome back. You're still watching World Inside. I'm Tian Wei, the program coming to you live from Beijing. Science fiction is not only about stretching our imagination, but also often a tale of triumph of the human spirit. Literally and figuratively, science fiction has a unique appeal in China, as people often say that art imitates life. Massive social changes and technological advances in recent years are a rich material for writers. One of them is Hao Jingfang, the author of the science fiction Novelette, Folding Beijing, and the first Chinese woman to win a Hugo Award for Best Novel in 2016. Earlier, I sat down with her on the sidelines of this year's Summer Davos in Dalian, where innovations and the age of Fourth Industrial Revolution are major topics. The young science fiction writer shared her thoughts about the relationship between science and technological advancement and the current realities of humans. Take a look. One of the issues people have been talking about is exactly what is the nature of relations between technology and human being. I know, Jingfang, you've been working on a series of dramas based on which there are discussions about exactly that topic. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, we are now fostering a new project called the Dust of Future. The Dust of Future. We just try to express that actually technology is coming to our life like dust. You cannot sense all the details of it, but finally you find that your life is just covered with all those new technology. And also we would like to explore what is the impact of all these technology on the normal life of human beings, 城市生活. So we call it the Dust of Future. In this series, we developed all different kinds of new technologies. Each episode will represent one new technology.
I understand there's one specific talking about social media,
yeah,
and how people use social media or be dominated by social media.
Yeah, we call it a super social media nowadays because you know because using the big data system, and we receive our news pushing by the big data system. So what if that system extend into our real life social interactions with the others? What if you walk into the street and your AI assistant tells you who you should talk to, and he might tell you this person's background, this person's information, and tells you how to interact with this person, and then the assistant, the AI assistant, will be your master to tell you who you should interact with. And this AI assistant might even choose the girlfriend, the boyfriend for you, and the assistant will dominate your real social life.
Of course, that could be a shortcut, which is much easier for human beings. So we don't have to think too much. We just follow whatever the AI system is trying to help us with. But at the end of the day, what if we didn't have it anymore?
Oh yeah, if you just don't work, you find you don't remember anybody. You cannot even remember, oh, who is this person? What's the information of him or her? And if you always just follow this kind of pushing, then you might come into a narrower and narrower small circle, because he will push every time pushing the similar persons according to your taste. It may narrow our views, our life. This certainly has the benefit side, because it may push to you the most beneficiary persons that you can meet and you can help with your career. But this technology can definitely have the negative side.
But some argue, Jingfang, that as artificial intelligence develops, it is not a tool that we have, but rather it could become part of us. So the story that you've been telling is certainly still separating human being with artificial intelligence. But actually, it could become one and complementing toward one another as the technologies develop.
Yeah, actually, in another episode, we also discussed that one. If you let the artificial intelligence to to mimic your brain and to have a digital personality, and then maybe by replicate another body, you can have more replicants of yourself. And also the boundary between the human and machine will perhaps blurred and vanish.
So all of these stories, of course, are science fiction type.
Yeah.
The reason why you do this is to raise people's attention about certain debates.
Yeah.
Does it work?
We hope so, because we hope to evoke the discussions, the thinkings of ordinary people on technology, because we observe that technology has come so fast.
Overwhelming.
Yeah, overwhelming, all these new technologies. We hope to raise the attention and awareness of ordinary people, not by just telling them, oh, you should read scientific papers. No, we hope to using the materials of stories to let people to discuss. There's no right or wrong answer, but the more people are discussing, the more sensible decisions they can make.
There's a danger, some say. There's a deficit of information. As to those scientists who have been developing this system and the technicians who've been working on these systems, they know much better or much more than we do as laymen. But obviously, the social debate takes people like us to come into it and talk about what we think. And therefore, are we really have a real debate? Or actually it's a debate with huge deficit of information? Will that debate be healthy?
Actually, I think that for a lot of scientists and technicians, sometimes they lack of the information of the real need of people, because when they try to develop the product, actually they are bridging the gap between a technique and the normal, ordinary people's life. So if they cannot build a proper bridge, then the product might be twisted and
and people want to go around it because it doesn't very useful
and maybe even harmful. So there should be that kind of communications between the scientific part and the normal people, and they understand each other, and they both sides should just narrow the information deficit. Then a better product can be built by the effort of both sides.
So you do believe the integrity of the civil society debates like this?
Yeah, I believe in the value of communication of all parts of the society to try to give out its own point of view, its own information, and try to form a better consensus.
But of course, there's always the issue of efficiency vis-a-vis the result, isn't it? So what do you make of it, particularly at a time when technologies are developing so fast?
Yeah, so that's why we use the method of telling the stories. We hope also to raise the questions and discussions online, perhaps on Weibo, Zhihu, other platform. But we will also try to use the stories as a topic that can raise people's attention. Yeah, because stories have the power to let people understand of the world.
There are a lot of debates about what kind of talents we should really try to churn out here in this country. You know, in East Asian culture, there's a lot of efforts put into the education so that the next generation will be gifted with their future. What do you make of it? Is the educational system right now really nurturing the talents that we need for the future?
I think that there are merits in the nowadays educational system. However, the system lacks of a lot of other things. For example, the promoting of independent thinking capability and the promotion of creativity and a larger insight of enlarging the horizon of one's cognition. All these are very important for the future, because I think that sometimes the students, our young kids, are just too far away from the real world, because they never think of solve the real problems of the real world. But these are the most important
skills.
Skills in the future, because in the future the society may be more complicated and the changing of time be more faster. So every day you have to deal with another problem, another project. You have to be very adaptive and fast learning.
The power of role model also very important. I know you've been working very closely with Dalian, Liu Cixin, who of course won this international award for his book, Three Bodies. Of course, you also a big winner in the science fiction world worldwide. So how will the power of role models be able to inspire these kids on a learning process, which is still relatively new here in China?
I hope that the winning of Dalian and me should not be just regarded as a literature prize, and it should not be taken only technically, or how to write something good and win a prize. That's nonsense. To me, it's nonsense. I think that I'm interested in science fiction because I'm passionate in imagine about the future, and I'm passionate in exploring the unknown space. Whenever I think about, oh, there's something unknown, and I like to explore the mysterious knowledge, I'm quite excited. And I know that Dalian is also that kind of person. He's a thinker within his own room, and he has the crazy imagination of the universe.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope that it is the spirit of exploration that can be delivered to the others, because that's the core spirit of science fiction, and to let people to explore into the unknown field, explore into the future, into the space, into all the unknown world. And this is exciting. If the children, they learn the exciting of exploration, then I think they can do good in a lot of fields, not only writings, but also they can do really good projects, they can do really good movies, they can programming. So I think it's the spirit that really matters.
From your perspective, giving the children the best prospect is always the way to go. But at the same time, how would you equip them with the right degree of expectation, and the fact that the tools could be helpful, but the tools could also be messing up with what they could have as the best picture for their lives?
Yeah, actually, now the information is just too much, and we are all burdened by the overwhelming information. So for internet really provides unlimited information for everybody. However, there's still the cognitive gap among people, and some people can gain a lot and make himself richer using the internet, and some people are just left behind, and
the digital divide.
Yeah. So that's the digital capability perhaps everybody should have in the future in order to catch up with the world. And also, there is still the people who set the rules for this new world, and the people who are just consuming or just follow the rules. So the cognitive gap in internet world might even be enlarged in the future. So I myself I'm also concerned of this problem, because technology just goes too fast beyond normal people's realization. So I myself hope to deliver more and more very cheap or even free online courses to normal kids, and to help them to catch up with these technology development, or at least to provide some channel for them to know what kind of jobs that I can do,
right.
what skills that is needed, and what should I learn during the process. And I hope to make it cheap and
so that it could be available to everybody.
Yeah.
Free source of information that are useful.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope to just select and develop really helpful channels for normal kids.
One step at a time, I guess.
Yeah.
Jingfang, what a pleasure seeing you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hao Jingfang, science fiction writer and award-winning writer as well. And that is all the time we have for today. If you'd like to see more, try to find us World Inside CGTN into your search engine, or check out our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Sina Weibo. From me, Tianwei, and everyone on the World Inside team, thanks for watching, and tune in again next time for more insights across China and around the world. Have a great weekend.